Hi, welcome to Fight Master Yoga. I'm Leslie Fight Master. Today's class is yoga for strength and flexibility. So I want to remind you that if you get too tired or you're just feeling a little low energy today, child's pose is always an option. Just push the pause button, take a child's pose whenever you like. You can also skip the chaturangas and go right into downward facing dog. This is your practice, so it's important to work at a level that's best for you. With that, I will invite you to grab a couple of yoga blocks and a strap, a yoga strap. If you want to pad up your knees, get a blanket. And I think that's it. So let's roll out our mats and get started. Don't forget to push the like button.
Let's begin sitting nice and tall. Just close your eyes, take a few long, smooth breaths in and out through the nose. And just take a moment to notice how your body is feeling. Notice the connection of your sitting bones to your floor. And see if you can find some length away from there. So stretching out the spine, reaching the crown of the head toward the ceiling. And then bring your hands together in front of your heart and lift your chest as you create your intention, your personal intention for your personal practice. And then make your way onto your back. Now, if you have any issues with the lower back, I will recommend that you take your hands underneath your hips. Knees can be bent or straight. Lift the legs up. If you know your back doesn't bother you, don't have to have hands underneath. Exhale, draw your right leg down toward the floor almost, then inhale, lift it up. Exhale, the left leg almost to the floor. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, right leg just an inch or two off the floor, then belly in, inhale, lift it. Exhale, left leg down, keep the belly pulled in. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, bring the right leg down. Inhale, lift it up. We'll do some strengthening for the core. Left leg down, exhale. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, right leg down, pull the belly in. Inhale, lift it back up. And exhale the left leg almost to the floor, let it hover. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale the right leg almost to the floor. Keep the legs active as you can. Inhale, bring it up, but you can bend the knees as needed. Exhale, left leg almost down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Just taking a short break, and then we're going to do some more abs. So both legs up again. And now we'll bring the right leg over toward the left side with the left leg almost to the floor and hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Hands by your hips, or if it bothers your low back, of course, hands under hips. Now the other side. I'm going to take the left leg over toward the right. Take the right leg almost to the floor, a little bit toward the left as well, almost like you're scissoring the legs. Inhale, back up. Exhale. Other side again. Right leg across toward the left side, left leg a little toward the right. Squeeze the inner thighs like you're holding a block there. Inhale, both legs up. And exhale again, left leg toward the right, right leg toward the left. Squeeze inner thighs, squeezing and pulling in the belly, but keep breathing. Always breathing. Inhale the legs to center, arms to a T. Knees bent or straight. Exhale, take your legs to the left. Try to take them to the left on an angle as if you're going to touch your feet to your left hand. Then inhale, legs up. Exhale, legs to the right toward the palm. Look over your left shoulder if you can. Inhale, squeeze the legs to come up. One more time. Exhale, take them off to the left on an angle, looking over the right shoulder. Inhale, squeeze the legs, come up. Exhale, take them off to the right on an angle, looking over the left shoulder. Inhale the legs up. Exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Then take the feet to the floor, heels under knees. Press into the heels. Inhale, lift into bridge pose. Keep your chin away from your chest. Exhale, lower down one vertebra at a time. And again, inhale, press into those heels. Inhale, lift up, spiral the thighs in toward each other. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. This time add the arms. Reach the arms all the way up and over. Spiral the thighs in. Exhale. Lower back down. And now this time lift the head and shoulders off the floor. So again, a little bit of belly work. Then lower down. Inhale, lift the arms overhead as you come back to bridge. Spiral the thighs in. Exhale, lower down slowly. And then lift the head and shoulders up. And pull the belly in. Inhale, lower down, lift up into bridge, arms overhead, palms facing each other. Exhale, one vertebra at a time, lower, and then lift up. This time, extend your right leg out. Keep the left knee bent, left foot on the floor. And then lower down. Inhale, arms overhead, back to bridge. Exhale, lower slowly, lift the head and shoulders up and extend the left leg straight out. Right foot is still on the floor. Stretching through that left leg and then set it back down. Inhale back to bridge, stretching up. And then exhale, take the arms down, lift the head and shoulders up. And now extend your left and right leg out. If this is too much, take the hands under the hips or keep one foot on the floor. And then release, hug the knees in. Rock a little side to side, rock a little back and forth, and then we'll come all the way up to seated. Rolling forward. Let's make our way onto the knees and the hands. Inhale, belly drops, chin and tailbone lift. Exhale, round the back like a hollowing cat. Pull the belly in and up. Again, inhale, widen the chest. Lift the chin and tailbone. Exhale, round the back, chin toward chest. Pull the ribs and belly in. And inhale, chest forward. Shoulder blades toward the waist. And exhale, round the back and pull in the belly. And come to neutral. Let's tuck the right toes under and extend the left leg back, tucking those toes under. Then lift the right leg off the floor. Draw the knee in toward the belly. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, left knee in toward the belly. Keep pressing away from the floor. Inhale, regular plank. Exhale, right knee in toward belly. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, left knee in toward the belly. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, lift your hips for down dog. Go ahead and bicycle your legs here if you wish. Bend one knee and the other. Make sure the arms are shoulders distance and the feet are hips width. And gaze between your knees or your feet. Arms and ears in line. Bend both knees, stretch the belly back toward the thighs, reach the heels toward the floor, now straightening the legs. Press the weight up toward the hips, down toward the heels. Make sure the outer edges of your feet are parallel. So when you look back, you shouldn't be able to see the heels. Heels are right behind second toes. Inhale, ripple the spine forward to plank pose. Lift the backs of the knees up. Exhale, lower to the belly. Knees can always come down first. Untuck your toes. Hands by low ribs. Inhale, baby cobra, but then lift the hands. Press all 10 toenails into the floor. Keep lengthening your lower back by pressing your pubic bone down gently into the floor. Then release, hands by low ribs. Pressing up onto the knees. And then lift the hips, downward facing dog. Come back to your steady breathing. Take a moment here also to come back to your intention for your practice. Then looking forward, let's walk the feet to the hands. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen your spine. Exhale and fold forward. Press down through the feet. Inhale, rise up. Look up if that's okay with your neck, and then exhale with the hands to the heart. Finding Tadasana pose, mountain pose at the front of the mat, feet together or hips width. Press evenly through the feet. Lift the belly. Lengthen through the lower back so your buns are reaching toward the heels. Then inhale, circle the arms out, around, and up. Exhale, hinge from the hips and fold in. Bend the knees as needed. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step back into plank. And we'll hold a moment, then slowly bend the elbows back. Knees can be down here. That's always an option. And then press back up. Just a little bend in the knees, bend in the elbows, maybe an inch, then chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog, and exhaling, Tuck the toes, downward dog. Press back, lengthening through the spine. Make sure the fingers are spread. Press into the base of your fingers as you're lifting your forearms away so you have less pressure in the wrists. Then look up, bend the knees, step or hop feet forward. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Press through the feet firmly. Inhale, rise up, look up and lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart, Samastitihi. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, step back into plank and pause. Lift the backs of the knees, keep reaching the buns toward the heels, then lower slowly, chaturanga, press back up into plank. Knees can be down here. Lower slowly, chaturanga, any amount, then inhaling, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Just make sure your shoulders don't go past your elbows when your elbows are bending in chaturanga. Stretch all the way back. Take the feet as wide as the mat and then walk your hands back towards your feet. Coming into malasana, a squat. Make sure the knees and toes point in the same direction. So you might be able to point your toes forward. Either way, depends on how you're rotating or rotated in the legs. Some people can point the toes straight ahead. I'm not one of those people, but it's okay. I still like myself. And then reaching the arms forward, make your way again into downward facing dog. Keep the ribs and belly drawing in and keep stretching back. Spin your inner thighs back, look up, hips high, step or hop. Inhale, halfway up, exhale, and fold in. Rooting down through the feet. Inhale, stretch the arms up. And exhale to Samastiti. And again, Chuttadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up. This time bend the knees. Utkatasana, chair pose. Weight into the heels. Exhale, belly toward thighs, and then straighten out the legs. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, step or float back. If you float back, land with bent elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Then let's bend the knee and open up the hip this time. Reach through the left heel as you stretch the right leg open. Press evenly through the arms and shoulders. And now square off the hips. Exhale, step the right foot up by the right hand. Bend the back knee. And come into a lunge, a high lunge with the knee hovering off the floor. If it hurts your knee, you can set it all the way down or straighten it. Reach up through the arms, tailbone's lengthening down, buns are lengthening down, and then bend that back knee and then straighten it. And then inhale, bend it any amount as long as it didn't hurt you. Exhale, straighten it. If it does, keep the leg straight or again, knee on the floor. Inhale, bend. And then take the hands behind the back, open the chest, reach the knuckles toward the floor, but then reach them back a little toward your heel, keeping the chest open. And then take the hands down and we'll step into plank, chaturanga, exhale. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog, left side. So inhale, lift your left leg back and up. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. Give it a nice little stretch as you press evenly through the arms and the shoulders. Square off your hips and step it up by the left hand. Stand the ball of your back foot. Now bend the right knee. Let it hover above the floor. Notice how you can get more length in your low back with a bent back leg. But then try and keep that length and straighten the leg. Then inhale, bend it a little. Exhale, straighten it a little. Keep the hip bones lifting up. Inhale, bend the knee a little, unless it hurts, then don't do it. Exhale, straighten the leg. Inhale to bend. And then interlace the other pinky on top. Open up the chest, reach the knuckles toward the floor, and reach your arms back a little bit, if that's okay, on your elbows. And then release. Step back to plank, or make your way to down dog just by stepping to down dog. Otherwise, inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. Remember, you can always push the pause button and take a child's pose if you like. Keep stretching back here, getting lots of length through the spine. Spinning the inner thighs back, reaching the heels toward the floor and looking between the knees or feet. Then look up, hips high, step or hop your feet up. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Bend the knees, Utkatasana, drop the hips, reach up, weight into the heels. Exhale to standing, Samastitihi. Having blocks handy by the front of the mat if you've got them. Inhale, bend the knees again into chair. Exhale, belly to thighs, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or float to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes for downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg back and up. As you exhale, lightly step it up. Having the blocks on either side of the right foot, stand the ball of your back foot and pull your right hip back. Now, if it's easy for you to reach the floor, you can always have fingertips on the floor. Otherwise, use that block. And then we're going to switch legs, left leg forward, right leg back. And step right foot forward, left foot back, or hop switch. And hop switch. Make sure if you're hop switching, the knee is over the ankle. And switch, right leg in front. Switch, use your belly muscle. See if you can land without a sound. Switch. And then right leg in front, or just make it in front. Inhale, come up into crescent. And then this time, bring hands to heart, lean forward, hook your left arm across for prayer twist. You can stay hands at heart or left hand down, right arm up. Pull the right hip back. Keep lifting your left back inner thigh up. Breathe. Big breaths in your twist. And then release it. Hands to the blocks or to the floor. Straighten the front leg and fold over your straight front leg. So it's a pyramid pose variation. If you like, you can have your hands on the floor or on the block. Press into the base of the big toe of your right foot as you take this forward fold. And then rebend your front knee and make your way to down dog any way you like. Chaturanga or not. Inhaling up dog. Exhale back to down dog. Inhale the left leg back and up. Exhale, lightly step it up. So again, fingertips on the floor or on blocks. Make sure the left knee is over the ankle. And then step your right foot forward, step your left foot back. Make sure the right knee is over the ankle. Step your left foot forward, step the right foot back. Line up that knee. You can keep doing that or hop switch. Right foot in front. Step or hop left foot in front. Step or hop right foot. Use your belly muscles. Step or hop left foot. Try not to make a sound. Right foot forward and left foot forward. Keeping left foot forward or changing it so it is. Inhale to high lunge. Hands to heart. Lean forward. Get a little length and then hook your right arm across. Turn your belly toward the side. Keep hands at heart or left hand up, right hand down to the floor or block. Make sure your left knee stays over the ankle. As you inhale, see if you can create length through your spine. As you exhale, maybe twist a little deeper. Remember, use your breath to help you. Release, come back to center, straighten the front leg, and then fold over your straight front leg. Try and keep your spine really long instead of rounding the back. See if you can keep length. And you can bend that front knee a little as needed. It's a variation of pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana, but the back heels off the floor in this variation. But if you're better with it on the floor, that's okay too. And then let's move those blocks out of the way and step back into your down dog any way you like. Inhaling to up dog and exhaling into down dog. Stretch back, remember, take a break if you like. And then inhale, rolling over the toes, we'll come onto the knees and take a block between the ankles and sit back on that block. So I want the knees to be no wider than the hips and to point straight ahead. Inhale, reach the arms up. You could also sit your hips down onto the floor if they reach. Then exhale, bring your fingertips behind you. See if you can reach the floor. Then inhale, lift your buns off that block, but keep reaching your buns towards the backs of your knees. Keep the chest lifting up as if there's a string attached to your chest. And it's getting pulled up. And then release it. And rest a moment. And then inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, again, we'll take the fingertips back to the floor or palms, or maybe even your forearms this time if you want to go in a little deeper. And then lift your hips up off that block again. Let your head go back any amount, but keep your buns reaching toward the backs of your knees. To come out of it, hips down and walk back up to seated. Maybe your hips will go right in between your feet and sit. Don't force it. Maybe you'll find that it's okay to lie down into Supta Virasana. But if your knees don't like it, don't do it. Then again, you're going to lift off the floor a moment. Then see if you can find the length of your buns toward the backs of your knees. There's a tendency to really overarch the lower back here, especially if that's your natural tendency. So make sure, so imagine that I'm pressing onto your hip bones and pressing you down and grounding you into the floor. So if that's too much, then you're sitting up on the block or sitting with your hips on the floor. And then bring your hands next to you to press yourself up. And we'll move that block out of the way. Take your hips off to one side. Come onto your left side of your body. I'm going to do a little strengthening of the hips. So we want that top hip above the bottom hip and then lift both legs up. I'm helping myself stay stable with my hand, and then reach your right leg up and then slowly bring it down almost all the way, but not quite. Lift it up, bring it down about a foot above the left. Lift it up, keep that left foot lifted. Exhale, lower it down almost. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, not all the way, but lower it. Inhale, lift up, keep that left leg lifted. Exhale, lower down slowly, and then pause. Now bring the right foot in front. Now lift the left leg up, little pulses. So lift and lift, little pulses with the left leg will strengthen the inner thigh. Lift and lift, keep lifting, and then let it go. So now we're going to bring knee on top of knee, still laying on the left side. Open yourself to the right. So my right hand is kind of resting against my right shoulder, and I'm taking a nice little gentle twist. And then I'm going to roll to the right side. First legs are a little bit bent, but bring your top hip above your bottom hip so the hips are lined up. Then lift both legs off the floor. Then we're going to I'm going to hold this for a moment. So both legs are lifting, legs are squeezing and lifting. Then lift your left leg up and bring it almost to the bottom, about a foot above the right. Lift it up. Exhale, bring it down halfway. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, lift. Make this a nice controlled movement. Exhale, lower. Inhale and lift. Exhale to lower. And then take your foot in front of the bottom leg and lift the right leg. Lift, lift, little pulses. Lift, lift. Lead with the heel slightly. Lift, 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 and lower. Then roll onto your belly. Bring your hands by your sides. Inhale, lift everything up into Shalabhasana, locust pose. So inner thighs are lifting. Back of the neck is long. You can stay with that or bend the knees, reach for the feet. Inhale and lift into Dhanurasana. So legs lift up and then press them back. Imagine you're still holding a block between your inner thighs. Chest widens. Take a big breath here. And then let it all go. Rest. Let yourself relax a moment. Hands by low ribs. We're going to press up onto the knees and into child's pose, hips toward the heels. And then onto the knees and turn to sit on your bottom, facing the front of your mat. And then bring your hands behind you, knees bent. Inhale, lift into reverse table. So lift up, then let your head just go right back. Spiral the thighs in toward each other. Lengthen your neck. I said spiral the thighs, but make sure you're doing it. And then lower back down. Rest a moment. Take a breath. And once again, inhale, lift up, reverse table. So tailbone or buns are reaching towards the backs of the knees. And widen across the chest. This is a great shoulder stretch as well. Stretches out the whole front of the body. Bring the chin in toward the chest, lower down. And then sitting up nice and tall, bring your right ankle just past your left knee, a variation of thread the needle. Figure 4, I think I've heard it called. You can stay there, or you can hold onto your right foot or cradle the leg in your hands. But keep your spine long. Don't let your back round here. So if you're trying to hold onto the leg but your back is rounded, then instead keep the left knee bent, left foot onto the floor. Protect the back. Yes, no rounding. And then release that, and we'll do the other side. So left ankle to right knee. So you can take your hands behind you and see how my spine's really long. So you can stay right there, or you can hold on to that left leg straightening out the right, or you can cradle it. But notice how my back didn't start to round here. I don't want rounded back, so keep the chest lifted. So if it's not working for you so well, keep your right knee bent instead. And just give it a little rock, side to side, stretching out the hip. And then soles of feet together, knees apart. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips into Baddha Konasana. So any amount forward, but again, let's keep the spine lengthening instead of rounding the back. And then come on up. Take the feet further forward, and now we'll round down, forehead toward the feet this time. And then inhale, come up. Take the knees together. Keep the right knee bent. Extend the left leg out. Hug your right knee and twist. As you inhale, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, roll your right shoulder back and twist. Inhale, head to center. Exhale, release and switch. Bend the left knee. Wrap it with your right arm. Inhale, lengthen tall. Exhale, twist. Make sure your right toes point up to the ceiling. You're pulling the right ankle back, flexing it. And then bring the head to center, unwind, roll yourself onto your back, and make your way into your final resting pose, into Shavasana. So now's the time to completely surrender. Let yourself just become jello. Let it all go. Just natural breathing, and make sure you're comfy. I'll be back in a minute or two. As you're resting here a little bit longer, I have a quote today from Emily Kimborough. Remember, we all stumble, every one of us. That's why it's a comfort to go hand in hand. Remember, we all stumble, every one of us. That's why it's a comfort to go hand in hand. It is a joy to have people in our lives that we can share our life with. And let's take a long breath, a long stretch, arms overhead, reach through the feet, and then bend the knees, rolling off to the right. Pausing here for gratitude for all of our blessings. And then make your way up to seated. Sitting nice and tall, bring the hands together in Anjali Mudra. Let's bring hands to the forehead to remind us to have clear and loving thoughts. And hands to heart, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. And hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communications, sending out positive energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends, push the like button, visit fightmasteryoga.com. And if you can afford a donation of any amount, we are so grateful for all of your support, any of your support that we receive. And fightmasteryoga.com, there's an Amazon banner on the homepage. If you shop in Amazon, especially in the holidays, just go through that banner. It doesn't cost you anything else, but it does help to support Fight Master Yoga as well. Most importantly, have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.